episode 12 of the Captain and the Real Deal podcast. Today's episode recaps the Week 7 games and then analyzes the Week 8 matchups for their respective teams, the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. They also will discuss how well they did predicting the other Week 7 games, as well as recapping the results from their Week 7 fantasy matchups.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Damen und Herren, it's time for the podcast featuring Captain Vuk and Billy Gold, aka The Real Deal. This is the only place that's talking Hawks and Kings, but to be specific, we're talking Seattle Seahawks and Minnesota Vikings. So strap up. We're taking you on a fantastic voyage, unlike any you've ever been on, so sit back and get ready to set sail to the emerald-rich lands of the Seattle Seahawks and the treasure-filled valleys of the Minnesota Vikings, with your hosts, Captain Vuk and Billy Gold, aka The Real Deal. Let's get it.
Fans.
Let's get it.
Scolders in the 12s. We are back. And we are on episode 12.
One deuce, baby.
Of the Captain and the Real Deal podcast. I hope you got a chance to see that little bonus episode we snuck in there right before kickoff. I'm Billy Gold, along with my co-host, Captain Vuk.
What's crack-a-lackin'?
And the original Maverick, our production engineer, Mike. Top Gun. Cruise.
Go get him.
There he goes. All right, another great episode.
Show him some love. Show him some
Store
love
for you
Top
today.
Gun. Hit him up.
As we're going to recap. Oh, I like the way it goes through the headphones there. Recap the Week 7 games and then take a deep dive into the Week 8 matchups for our respective teams. We also, as always, will predict the outcomes of all the Week 8 games, and we still have not had a losing week, though I came close this week. And we also will discuss our fantasy football teams, results from the Week 7 matchups, and our projected Week 8 lineups. Had a lot of reserves in there for the bye week, but still the results were what I expected. As always, get your solo cup out. Fill it up. Sit back and get ready for another lakeside fantastic voyage. Hey, Cap.
What's poppin', bro?
Glad to see you.
Glad to be here.
Glad to be back with you in the studio. You ready to roll?
Always ready. You know that. Listen, welcome back to the Captain and the Real Deal podcast. You just heard from my man B Gold, a.k.a. The Real Deal.
Get it.
This is your captain speaking. Scolders, welcome back from a nice and well-deserved week off, although I'm sure your Vikings remained hard at work to get ready for a classic NFC showdown with them who? Dallas Cowboys. I can't wait to get into that with B Gold. I can't wait to get into that, but 12s, how y'all holding up? We took another L last night on Monday Night Football. I will be breaking it down for you and keeping it real, so strap up for that. For today's journey, everybody in the Emerald Nation, you will need your seatbelts securely fastened and your seat backs and tray tables secured and in the upright position because it's about to get bumpy. But we're going to get it done. B Gold, let's get it.
All right. So here we go. The Vikings did not have a game this week. But I'm here. I'll tell you. I feel like I arrived at the dance without a girl. My team didn't play this week.
That's true, but it feels like third down and they're about to pick it up on us again.
Exactly. All right, let's start today with some questions and open items. Cap, good job there, Top Gun.
Brother, man.
I think it worked out well. So, Cap, I know we talked about favorite sports movies.
We did.
And it went over well. But what is your favorite non-sports movie of all time?
Oh, man. So now we're hitting the questions real quick, huh?
Exactly.
Wow, I have a whole bunch of movies. It kind of depends on the genre. I got the sci-fi, the action, the comedies. Can we focus it into one of the genres or?
You can. I'm not going to.
All right, so my favorite movie of all time.
I think what I did, to give you a little substance here, what I did is I picked 4 or 5 that stood right out, and then I just narrowed down and said, you know what, I got to take this one. So I went a couple different genres, and then I just said, you know what, I'm taking this one.
Man, I think my favorite movie then, I mean, I watch it every year. I watched it ever since I was a little fella.
You're not going to tell me the Christmas story, are you?
No, I watched the 10 Commandments with my man, Charlton Heston, in there.
There you go.
Every year. I have a bunch of favorite movies, though, but that one, I mean, that's probably my go-to. I use it for strength.
All right, good.
What about you, brother, man?
I'm going to give you mine. So I have a couple that always stick out for me, and if I'm going through the channels and I'm on the History Channel or some kind of old movie channel, that's usually where they only pop up. So I am a big Clint Eastwood fan, so I'm going to start out with a couple of Clint Eastwood movies that it's not my favorite, but I won't turn the channel. High Plains Drifter.
Very good.
Dirty Harry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
And Heartbreak Ridge.
Outstanding.
Okay.
All 3 classics.
Exactly. So another movie that I actually saw in the movie theater, because I'm not a big movie theater guy, because it never seems to work out when I go there.
Not sure what that means, but let's keep moving on.
That's another open item. The movie Taken.
Oh, okay. I forget the guy's name, but that was a good movie.
Yeah, Liam Nelson.
Liam Nelson.
Liam Nelson. All right, Liam, whatever. You never know what names these days.
They're all stage names anyway.
Exactly. And Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, wow. You're going way back.
Yeah. So I'm going all over the board. But those are not my favorites. But if they come on, I'm stopping what I'm doing. I'm watching them.
Yeah, well, Top Gun, I mean, if that's the case, Top Gun for me, Crimson Tide, of course, The Program. If I see those movies on, I'm all in. If I see Cooley High, old school classic, I'm sitting down and watching.
I should have said movies to get your attention, and you just say, you know what, I'm staying here and watching it, and then your all-time favorite. So I think we got the point across. But my favorite movie of all time, and I don't even believe it's in color.
Another classic. Let's hear it.
The Dirty Dozen.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Old school.
That is, I mean, the actors in that.
Jim Brown is in there.
Jim Brown's in that. The NFL player.
Lee Marvin, I think.
Lee Marvin's in there. Oh, there are some great. I think there's like 6 or 7 Hall of Fame actors in there.
Charles Bronson?
Charles Bronson, yes.
Man.
That is a great movie. You know what?
Movie.
I don't see it that often, but if it's on there, actually, you know what? I'm not telling the truth. I bought the CD.
I was about to say, if you need it, I got the DVD at the house.
I got the
I'll
DVD.
bring that. I haven't watched it in a
I got
minute.
that, and I got the whole collection of the Little Rascals.
Oh, I know you got to have the Sanford and Son collection then, because I got that.
I do not have that.
I got that in CDs,
you know why?
DVDs, and in my memories.
I think why I didn't buy it is because it was always on. It was always on. It was at Nickelodeon. What's the channel?
There was a bunch of channels
that they always played Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
on. All right, let's move on to some open items from the previous episodes. Open item number 1. I'm gonna have to go into the playbook here.
He's literally opening up a folder.
So
right now.
there was a questionable penalty during the Pittsburgh Steelers and Seattle Seahawks game where Cat brought a picture and it said, "This is clearly a blocking back." I think it was 2 seconds into the game.
Immediately into the game.
And you know what? I agree that they definitely missed that. However, there was another missed penalty. And let me
in the same game?
In the same game. Let me circle.
Okay. What you got?
Leading with the helmet.
Oh, I mentioned that. That was
You
Jamal.
did mention that.
Yeah,
but you did not bring that picture. You brought the picture of
I didn't.
The blocking on the outside.
No, I didn't bring this picture in.
He lowered his head, so
He did. He led with his head, and I said he might get fined. He may have to.
I know he didn't get fined.
Oh, he didn't?
No, because you want to know why? the refs aren't listening to our podcast yet.
Yeah, but the coaches for the other team can always, they send in, I think.
Oh, they do send in film. They do send
I
in
forget
film.
how many they can send in.
Exactly. You know, why were they going to send it in when they got away with the first one?
Yeah, plus they got to win.
Then they got exactly.
Right. And nobody got hurt.
Nobody got hurt, and they usually come in. And they usually come in after.
foul.
Anyway, just was an open item where Cap did talk about.
I appreciate that. That's good.
That he had that, and I happened to go back and I wanted to see both penalties, so I went back and I said, all right, I'm taking a snapshot, and here we are.
And we got to let the folks know we keep it old school because we don't have surfaces like everybody else, so we got to actually print out some paper and go old school with it.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm more of the old school paper guy than anybody. It's all good. All right, let's move on to open item number 2. Can I just get number 1 there for myself?
He's communicating with Top Gun. Something's about to go down. Oh boy!
I just need one more. The Vikings didn't play last week, and I'm not talking about Vikings football. So, open item number. Thank you, Michael. Open item number 2. This is a couple weeks old. It's a Solo Cup. We mentioned the Solo Cup, and actually, I mentioned it in my opening, and
in every opening,
no matter what presentation I do, and we said we'd give you a little history on the Solo Cup. So it took me a little while to gather some information. I have handed out sheets to the my co-host and the engineer, Mike. So you guys are welcome to turn those over.
All right. Let's see what we got here.
So let's talk about the Solo Cup.
All right.
Solo Cup, yeah. Leo Holzman. He was a former employee of the Dixie Company who actually made all the cups back in the 30s. And he left that company and he created the Solo Cup. But the Solo Cup was not originally what you thought it was. It was a paper cone he made at his home, and he sold it to bottled water companies. So if you're ever at the water cooler and you see those coned paper cups, this is the dude who invented them, and that was the original Solo Cup.
Interesting.
He founded the company in 1936, and then in the 1970s, 24 years later, so he must have been a young man at this time, he had a son, his name was Robert, and he came up with the red Solo Cup. The characteristic red color, you know what that does?
Talk to us. Preach, brother.
It conceals the drinking.
Yeah, we know about that.
A basic Solo Cup is 16 ounces. Or if you're in the European model, 473 milliliters. I believe that's what the ML stands for. Is that
Keeping
correct?
It international.
There you go.
International.
Exactly. Got it. So the red plastic Solo Cups, they're used in American college and university games such as beer pong and flip cup. Now, I did go onto YouTube and look both of them up. Not that I didn't know what they were, but I needed a refresher.
I don't know what flip cup is.
A flip
maybe
cup,
we don't need to talk about it. I don't know.
A flip cup is just really you hold it over you finish it and you hold it over the side edge and you got to flip it and stand it back up before you can move on.
Oh, okay. Never played that where I came from.
I did not either. So originally, because now they're nothing but 16 ounces. They came in 5, 7, and 9 ounce sizes, and they were originally for use for the kitchen and family picnics. And now look where they've evolved to: universities and drinking games. The keg-friendly 16-ounce plastic Solo Cup is now a staple in our society.
And a staple at the Be Gold residence.
Well,
good supply.
I will say this: I like the shape of the Solo Cup, but my wallet takes a beating with the Solo Cup. So, and they don't make them in yellow, and I only drink out of a yellow. What do we call it? Reproduction of the Solo Cup.
In relation to the color of the Vikings.
Yes, but it's also I will never plant any flower in my yard but yellow.
Okay,
that's a fact.
Is that your favorite color? Be gold?
No. I'm a tie. There's a lot of favorite colors. I like black. Right. I like white. I like yellow. I like gold. I like purple. No, not all, but enough. So, Hustlesman's kids helped them pick the colors of the original Soul Cup. They opted for red, blue, yellow, and peach. No. Yellow and peach, they were eliminated pretty quickly. And red far outsells the blue. So I have seen the blue.
I'd like to get some blue.
Yeah.
And some green.
Exactly. Well, there's no green.
I know.
Oh,
We gotta
well,
change
you know,
that.
but you know what I mean? You know, kind of like what I did with my shoes when we went to the game. We could spray paint a Solo Cup green.
That was creative.
Exactly.
Actually, that was pretty sweet, though.
The cup didn't originally have grips or a square bottom, but it does now. They were implemented by the company to make them more stable for, you guessed it, party games.
Need durability.
Exactly, durability. The company says it's a coincidence. Yeah, right. So this is the time to refer to your chart I gave you. It's a coincidence that the lines on the cup are liquid measuring guidelines.
Absolutely. And
I don't believe them. You look at the bottom of the cup where that first line comes. It really does. I've tested it. It measures out to 1 ounce.
does it really?
It measures out to 1 ounce. So what they're saying is the first line, you put your 1 ounce in, then you put your ice in, and then you put your topping in, whether it's tonic or tonic water or orange juice or tomato juice or whatever your filler is. And then if you go to the second line, I believe, if my eyes are looking correctly, it says 6 ounces. And 6 ounces is supposed to be the proper pouring amount for wine.
Interesting.
Okay? Then you move up to where it says, I believe it says 16. No, it says
12.
14. 12?
Yep,
All right, 12. I'm sorry. I'm getting old, guys. It says 12. 12 is where the beer line is. Now, I think they're doing that so if you're carrying it around, you're not spilling it around. Okay? So, if you look at the second piece, what is a Solo Cup also used for? You could put 1 ounce. You can use this for the whole day. 1 ounce of mouthwash, and you get your breath fresh.
Get the day started.
Yep. Then you go to breakfast, and you fill up 6 ounces of cereal before you put your milk in.
Most important meal of the day.
The most important meal of the day. And then the third one is, can somebody help me with this?
Amount of water you should drink.
Okay.
5 times a day.
So if you go up to the beer line, you should drink that 5 times a day. So you could say it's a coincidence all you want, but boy, I should have really blew this up a little bit more. Actually, you guys got the higher one. I got the lower one. And by the way, I printed a higher one myself. So, all right. So you can see it's a multi-purpose cup. I can say I have made, now, if you look closely at this, right, you see where the 12 ounces is?
Yep.
And do you see that there's a line above that they're not talking about?
I see it.
Okay. So, for me,
You test that line?
no, for me, not for me. I've been told by the real deal that line represents filling up with the spirit of your choice and ice. And once it gets to that level, you top it off with your filler, like tonic. So it's ice and your spirit till that line that nobody talks about, and then a little top off of your filler.
Well, if that's coming from the real deal, that's probably gospel.
Exactly. So
He hangs with Odin.
promise I would do the Solo Cup thing. So one quick update on the 40-yard dash time trials. It was supposed to be tonight. However, we've had a nor'easter today, and I attempted to warm up outside before the fellas arrived, and my left foot got caught in the putting green had a little water on it. So my left foot got stuck in the mud next to the putting green. So we had to reschedule.
You rolled your ankle?
I did not roll my ankle, but I didn't think the traction was good enough for me to beat. By the way, I did some research. I don't think I talked about this last time. Rich Eisen, who's on the NFL show, he does it for charity every year.
He runs 6 something, right?
He did it this year in 6.03. His personal best is 5.94. Mm-hmm. I would not have defeated Rich Eisen in this type of weather today. And you know what? If I'm not beating Rich Eisen, I got to find something else to do. Because he runs in a suit and sneakers.
I love it.
And by the way, the sneaker thing with the suits that I'm seeing everywhere.
You're not feeling it? You're old school, man. You're old school.
I've seen some where the white sneakers look really cool if you're not wearing a tie. And I realize society has changed. But my grandfather would have rolled over in his grave if I showed up for any event with sneakers on and a suit cap.
Yeah, I mean, from where I come from, how my mom and dad taught me, I can just speak for me, they wouldn't be appreciative of it. Now, some people can pull it off.
I've seen it pulled.
I can't, and I don't want to.
I have seen it pulled off.
Yeah,
and you know what? I'm speaking.
I can't pull that
I'm
off.
speaking as a tenured individual.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to say I'm old. I'm tenured. All right, let's move on to a tip of the cap from the cap, or we got something else?
No, I got a tip of the cap. This is an unusual tip of the cap because it's tough for me, as you know, when we suffer a loss, to give a tip of the cap. But this one here, this is a little unique. Last week, Jeffrey Goldblum, who I mentioned of actor fame, kind of said the Seahawks don't exist. You remember that?
I do.
So I was thinking about that, but whatever. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. That's cool. At the beginning of our game on Monday Night Football, guess what I see? I see Randy Moss chilling with Tima, our Seahawk mascot, on his arm. And he was very impressed. He was a little apprehensive at first, but he held it down and was like representing. So that right there proves to me that Jeffrey Goldblum, you got mossed by Randy Moss. And Seahawks exist, man. So you're still one of my favorite guys, though, Goldblum. Don't trip. You know, I just couldn't pass that up because that was my guy. So I'm giving Randy the tip of the cap for representing and actually doing some cool stuff with Tyler Lockett before the game. Really, really good stuff if you love football, which is what we do. So there was no accident that Tima was in the Coast City with Randy Moss. So
I'm a little disappointed, Cap.
I understand.
I'm telling you why I'm disappointed.
Let's hear it.
I'm glad that you brought up Randy Moss because I always like to hear about Vikings.
Yep.
One of the greatest of all times. But
True.
I really thought the tip of the cap from the cap, I really thought this week it was going to me.
For picking us to lose?
For picking the Saints.
Yeah, no way.
Tip of the cap. I did it.
You did, and I appreciate you going out on a limb, but I can't give nobody the tip of the cap that's trying to take us out.
I wasn't trying to take you out. I just told you what the facts were going to be.
You did. There's something else we're going to talk about, though, that you said was fact. Yeah, we're going to touch on briefly tonight.
When are we touching that? Later on?
As soon as I do my recap.
All right, good. All right, let's go to the real deal moment of the week.
Yes, I love this.
Real deal moment of the week. Did you see the hit? The hit. I mean, it was a hit. The Titans defense put on Patrick Mahomes.
I didn't see it. The one that shook him up, I heard about it. I didn't see it.
I don't know how he wasn't injured more severely. It was a bam moment.
Oh, man, I have to go see it.
And you got to check it out. What happened was he got tackled from behind, and as he fell forward, he was kind of like in an L shape.
Oh.
And
not good.
And a defensive lineman ran right over the front of him. And I don't know how that man got up. Flexibility.
He's a tough one. He's a tough kid.
He is. He is.
Smokes. That sounds painful.
Okay. Let's go to the Week 7 recap.
Hold up. I got a question for B Gold.
Oh, you got a question
for the real deal.
Oh, I forgot. We went by questions a long time ago, didn't we?
Yeah, I didn't get my cue, so I didn't know if it was coming back or not. But now that I know, I got to get it in.
Well, let's get it in.
All right, so listen, this is for B Gold.
We don't have to stay on script. We never do anyway.
Exactly. And if the fans don't understand why B Gold broke down the Solo Cup, you need to go back and listen to this man. He is serious about his culinary cuisines from top to bottom. So here's a question for you. If B Gold was to win the first round cook-off on the Food Network...
Wait. So stop you right there. There's no if, Cap.
Okay, so you win the first round cook-off on the Food Network show, earning you a trip into the kitchen against Bobby Flay, where you can pick your go-to dish. What's B Gold's go-to dish to battle Bobby Iron Chef Flay?
By the way, kind of like the announcers last week.
Oh, which ones? Joe Buck?
Any of the three. Bobby Flay is very overrated.
In the kitchen?
In the kitchen.
Have you had any of his food from any of his restaurants?
No, because he won't eat it himself.
I don't know about all that.
He does not eat his own food.
I don't understand that.
Check the script.
I've seen him eat his food when he's cooking it.
He takes one bite.
To make sure it's right.
He will not sit down and eat his food. Look at him. He
judge's socks off.
I think he's 97 pounds soaking wet.
All right, so this is going to be easy then.
It's going to be easy.
What does B Gold bringing to the table to break it off and knock Bobby Flay down?
Wow. I'll tell you, I'm going to make a simple dish.
Okay, that sometimes gets it done.
I'm going to make a simple dish. And I make it for my daughter quite often. And it's a very, very simple dish. But ain't nobody beating it.
What you got?
It's pretty much just, it's a good white sauce. Has some garlic, has some olive oil.
Here come the details. Yes.
And broccoli.
Uh-oh.
And the broccoli has to be cooked properly.
It better.
And then it's over pasta. So it's really broccoli over pasta. However, how I make it, Bobby Flay, you can't throw it on the grill, dude. It ain't working that way. So I can cook that. And you know what? I'd destroy him in meatballs too.
So you can hit him up with 2 dishes?
I could take 5 dishes. He's a grill master. And you know what?
Oh, man. No respect for Bobby Flay.
No, here's the respect I'll get him. He'll beat me on the grill. No, let me say that. He'll beat me on my old grill. Now that I got Grandpa's grill out in the back.
You can bring it to him?
I could bring him to. You know why? Because it's based on the equipment you have. And Bobby Flay gets spared no expense. But those other dishes, Bob, come over. You can have the choice of the better station. I'm still beating you.
Wow, you heard it there, ladies and gentlemen. B-Gold has zero fear against Bobby Flay in the kitchen.
Oh, and you know what? Not only that, this is the obvious one.
What's that?
What are we staying away from this one for? Did you guys sidetrack me?
What?
Chili. I'll kill him in chili.
Okay.
Chili. You're talking to about a 3-time champion.
With the trophy.
3-time champion with the trophy still in my office. By the way, the only back-to-back belly-to-belly winner in the history of this challenge. I am the supreme ruler of chili. And by the way, I won with the same recipe for the first 2 times. And then when they started asking mushrooms and pepperoni and all this kind of crazy stuff, I came back. I didn't have to reinvent myself. I stuck with the base and added something that was chunky. People were looking for chunky. And that's just how chili evolved. But you know what? Bobby, I know you think you're good in this Southwestern style. You ain't got this, bro.
And you can do it in an hour?
I can do anything in an hour.
I know the real deal can too. So, all right, let's move on to the next question before we get locked in. This question is for the real deal. Totally different. If the real deal had to save the world as either King Kong or Godzilla, who would he choose to be and why?
Well, the name says it all. Viking. King Kong.
That's it?
That says it all. Godzilla, you know, he's an afterthought.
Oh, you clearly haven't seen the movie.
I've seen it. By the way, it was awful.
The last one was actually all right, though. But okay.
Well, what does all right mean? Is all, let me get my list back. Does all right look like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? No. Does it look like Heartbreak Ridge? No. Dirty Harry? No. So all right means yeah. Wait. If it comes back on again, does it make this list or your list?
Oh, mine? No.
No. Okay.
No, I'm out.
Exactly. So King Kong, Viking.
All right.
Billy, King of Chili. I mean, what more do we need?
I think that's enough. That says it all.
All right, cool. Well, we moving on to the Week 7 recap of the Vikings. Well, there is none. It was a bye week. Give me, Mike. You know, give me it exactly. Oh, that feels good.
I bet it does.
Give me another one. First down, the Vikings. Wait, got another one. One more. I usually do game balls at this time.
You got any?
They didn't play.
So nobody else gets them. All right.
Nah, no game balls. Only for Vikings. Kind of like you only do the Bam Bam for the Seahawks. All right, let's do breaking news this week. The Vikings. They made a trade. They traded defensive end Stefan Weatherly. He's a rotational defensive end. And he came back to us this year after going, I think he went to Carolina for a year. And we traded him and a 2023 7th round pick to Denver in exchange for a 2022 7th round pick. You're saying, what? You gave a player and you exchanged years for 7th round picks? Well, this was basically a salary dump. And it opened up a spot for one of our young pass rushers, probably Patrick Jones, who was recently drafted. So we got a little salary cap. We're going to give a young guy a chance. This guy wasn't really in the rotation anyway. I think he's played 41 snaps all year. Time to move on.
Time to go.
Exactly. So, Cap, it's time. We've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it. I did stay up late last night, and
oh man,
I feel your pain, and by the way, the pain that you have for one night, I have every week. So if you want me to feel sorry for you, it's not happening. I have it every week, Cap.
I want no sorrow.
I have it every week. So let's hear your recap of the Seahawks Saints game.
All right. Well, we're going to start out with a little rare footage from the Planet Vuk radio broadcast booth. Beautiful blustery day here in Lumen Stadium on a wet Monday night. 2nd down and 10 on the Seattle 16-yard line. Geno Smith takes the ball, drops back. He hits DK Metcalf in the flat. Metcalf shakes off Lattimore like a little baby boy and throws him into Lake Washington. He's up the field. He's with 20, 10, 5, touchdown Seahawks! The 12s go crazy. And then we thought that would continue, B Gold. We thought it would continue.
That was good.
But you know what happened after that?
They didn't get him the damn ball
Here's
anymore.
the communication between our offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron, and Geno Smith after that. Nothing.
That happened with Justin Jefferson a couple weeks ago.
Crickets. Let's break it down. All right. So last week, after being shut out in the first half, the Seahawks, we got off to a better start thanks to that 84-yard touchdown run that you just heard from that broadcast soundbite. DK Metcalf took it from Geno Smith. That was our second possession of the game, but that start was not sustained. Matter of fact, the only thing that was a highlight reel for us in the first half, and actually the whole game, was our defense. Now, you guys all remember a couple weeks ago, our whole team went into surgery, but it was identified that our defense was really, really having a faint heartbeat. Now, that heartbeat is steady as she goes. Defense ain't the problem right now. Our secondary played well. Jamal Adams and Diggs. I mean, our cornerbacks, we actually have a fight between three people that are really locking down, dealing with the long ball. We got pressure. We got a couple of sacks. We just did not get our offensive packages unleashed. So the Seahawks, we finished the game with just 219 yards, but we were 3 for 12 on 3rd down, unacceptable. Smith was sacked 5 times, including twice on our final possession when we had chances to win. And then the Viking curse came back on us in the form of Mr. Myers, our kicker. He makes one kick through the night. He misses 2. If he makes one, B Gold, we tie the game.
Overtime.
If we make them both, we win.
Well,
no, we win. That game was ours.
the Saints would have won for on a 4th down play instead of kicking a field goal to win.
They did have, I want to say, a 20-play drive in the first half that we couldn't stop them on. But aside from that, our defense played really, really well. We didn't break.
Defense was good. They bend, but they didn't break.
Right. It was just frustrating. I want to touch base really quickly on some stats because DK got the ball 3 times the whole night. No, he got it twice. One for the 84-yard TD, and then he got another 12-yard pass, and then he got one more pass thrown at him. So guess what he was hearing in his headset? He couldn't figure it out.
Who's that on?
That's on the offensive coordinator.
And what's his name?
Shane Waldron. That's who that's on. You know, we're at home. We're in front of the 12s. We got a kicker that goes 1 for 3. We did have Jameis Winston. He was 19 for 35 with 222 yards and a touchdown. He also ran 8 times for 40 yards. But check out this glaring statistic, B Gold. Alvin Kamara had 20 carries for 51 yards. So we were blasting him from the line of scrimmage. 2.6 yard average. However, he caught 10 receptions for 128 yards.
Yeah, exactly. They stopped them in the run. They couldn't stop them in the pass.
Well, and that's on the backers primarily. And if there's usually it's on the backers, unless there's some other scheme where the nickels are hitting those guys up. But they threw to their backs 21 times. Clearly, they wanted to exploit what they thought was a mismatch between their running backs catching the ball out of the backfield and our linebackers. And we weren't able to fully stop it, even though that still didn't kill us. What killed us was the lack of productivity on offense, and it ain't Geno's fault. And Geno did not make the critical mistake this time. He didn't. He did not do that. That's on the O coordinator. Disley got no targets, our tight end. Everett had, I want to say, 5 targets. No, 3. And he caught all 3 of them. But yet they still won't go to the tight ends. In a game like that where the weather's out of control, it's rainy, it's windy, those are good passes to get into the hands of those folks. And we didn't do it.
Are they open?
Yeah, they're open. And if they're not open,
That was pretty definitive.
throw them the rock. They'll catch the ball. I mean, they know how to get it done. It's like the jump ball or the loose ball in basketball. The hungriest player is going to get it done. And if you don't give these hungry folks a chance to eat, they're not going to eat. You know, Geno's got to get rid of that ball faster, throw it away. You can't be taking sacks in critical times.
So you said he didn't make the critical mistake. 5 sacks, though.
Is that on him, though?
If he's not,
because he didn't fumble and he didn't throw any picks. That's on the O line.
You got to throw the ball away.
It's the O line.
Throw it away.
You know, I agree if you can.
If you can. And I'll have to analyze, open item.
Yeah, we don't want him to be reckless
let's
either.
Let's do those open items next week and see if he had a chance to throw those passes away. And I saw at the end of the game, on that last drive, he had no chance. He
didn't. They were on him just as soon as that ball moved. And you know what? That's on the O line. They got to play clutch too.
Or the formation. I mean, it might be the offensive coordinator again. I know the offensive line has struggled a little bit, but put 2 tight ends in there. Do something.
And they could. I mean, all of our tight ends can block and catch.
Exactly. Put 2 tight ends in there. If you're seeing that you're getting these mixed up, whether they're switching around or stunting.
It ain't even rocket science. I mean, they can slide protections left or right. All they got to do is get the guy some packages where he can get the ball out faster.
Exactly. And you got to make a first read sometime and trust it. If not, throw it away.
Have some courage.
If not, throw it, because 2nd and 10, it's a lot easier than 2nd and 18.
No, we took another L in front of the 12s.
All right, you want my thoughts?
Yeah, I want to hear them for sure.
First, I really believe that Jameis Winston and Geno Smith, they're the same player. They're the same player,
They're not stellar,
they're not stellar. They have talent.
True.
But whether they make a mistake, whether it's a turnover or not getting rid of the ball, Jameis Winston, there's plenty of times where he tried to do too much and he just should have thrown it away. So, first and foremost, besides that, is the 2 missed field goals. They did not help. And those were makeable field goals.
Yep.
And, this guy's been with you for a while. But there's not many options out there. I live that life, so there's not many options out there. By the way, Saints running back Alvin Kamara, he's not the best running back in the league, but he had a huge game.
He did.
He's a top. They always, when they do fantasy, they always put him like 3rd. I'm not sure he's 3rd because I like Henry. And I'm not even going to go to Cook here, but Cook's in the conversation. But I like Henry. I like McCaffrey. I like Najee Harris. There's a bunch of guys. Kamara's in that top 5 or 6 conversation. He's really good. He had a huge game.
He had 30 touches, and that's what I like about.
So you should have good stats. Go ahead. You should have 30 some good stats if you have 30 touches.
And you're a playmaker. And my point to that is that Sean Payton gets the ball to the playmakers.
He does.
He doesn't allow for that to not happen. And so we have so many playmakers on offense, and nobody can get the rock. Right. What's that? That's not on Geno. Geno ain't calling the plays.
No, he's not.
Matter of fact, there was nothing in his headset. We heard what was in his headset. Nothing. And they're looking at each other like, yo, the play didn't come in. Okay, run the last play.
Exactly. So when you say, Sean Payton,
Riverboat Gambler,
gets the play to work, the problem is when you goes from the center to Jameis Winston, there could be an initial problem right there.
He had at least 30 exchanges that were decent last night.
He did. No, he did. And by the way, the Saints defense in the second half, they were lights out.
They were.
Lights out. All right. I have an observation. An overall observation. You do. Unless you have something before we close this out. You have anything before we close this out?
Other than our defense only gave up 13 points. We should not lose games when our defense only gives up 13 points. So
Agreed.
Offensive coordinator, earn your money, brother.
Agreed. Seahawks now sit at 2-5.
2-5?
2-5, aren't they?
Aren't we 2-4?
No, 7 games. We're 7 games into the season.
Jeez, man, we haven't had a bye week yet either.
2-5.
This is brutality.
They host. You will be 3-5.
I'm trying to get an extra loss. You ain't going for it. A less loss.
You will be 3-5 next week because you host Jackson.
We'll see. We got to earn that.
Should get them back on track, but then,
yeah, bring them.
They travel to Green Bay.
Yes, we do.
Who currently sits at 6-1.
Yep. The bearded wonder and
the bearded wonder. And by the way, I will be sitting on top of your shoulders, Cap, rooting for you guys to beat Green Bay.
Oh, yeah, we're going to go for it. That's for sure. But
on the road at Green Bay, 6-1, if Russell Wilson isn't back, I can't count that as a victory. I'm not picking Seahawks to win at Green Bay. And me and you go every week. We're like, we never want to pick, either of us want to pick Green Bay. I just can't do it.
You just got to keep it real. If Russell doesn't play, we're going to have to try to run every single punt, return, and kickoff back for a touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. And then you return home to face the undefeated Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah. Looking forward to it all.
After reviewing the rest of the schedule, 8 or 9 losses is a real possibility.
You know what? I'm still going to stick with 1 week at a time.
I know. So
but I hear you.
And I do the same thing. We're on same page. I do the same thing as a Cap. I've yet to pick Minnesota to lose this year, and he
ain't going to do it.
And he doesn't pick the Seahawks to lose. So if we should
have to make a business decision, it's going to be funny.
Right, we should not have to include the Seahawks and Vikings picks in our overall picks for the years. Our percentage would be 75 instead of 70.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a real possibility. And I said it earlier, but Jameis Winston and Geno Smith are average at best. So
Geno's good, but the offensive coordinator, it's their job to put them in positions to be successful. I didn't see him in a lot of those positions last night. And even that touchdown to DK, that wasn't the greatest ball coming out. DK made that happen.
All right, so let's move on to the Week 8 picks.
Yo, it's time for the picks, the weekly predictions by them guys. Get your notebooks out because they rarely miss. Make way for Captain Book when he makes his picks. You can't touch this dude. Reppin' Hawks in the Emerald Nation. All units, battle stations. So welcome to the battle zone. It's a place where Captain Book is never alone. With his guide, he goes by his side. Sporting purple, always ready to ride. A real Viking maniac, never afraid to go on the attack. And when needed, in comes the real deal. He's got a real feel for NFL skill. So listen close and get the word. Don't be the one who hadn't heard about Captain Book and Blue Gold. Dropping knowledge, truth be told. Pick the picks.
Battle tested. Boom! I got no Ric Flair for this week because I need the Vikings to play to be that wound up. So if I'm a little, I'm not under the weather. I just got nothing to root for. Let's get to the picks. Season prediction record after the Week 7 results. Captain, he gained an overall lead on me by 1 game. He went 8-5 for the week. Now stands, good. Now stands at 71-34. And the real deal, 7-6 on the week. And it's now at 69-36. So you got a 2-game lead.
We got to hold on to it.
After Week 7 results. So I'm going to need one of those, turn it around by 3 to pass you.
Yeah, we got to keep it going.
All right.
Can't let up.
Let's move on to our games first before we get into the rest. I have the Week 8 Vikings at the Cowboys. They played 32 times, including 7 postseason games. Cowboys own a 17-15 advantage. Cowboys have won 4 of the 7 playoff games, with the most famous loss for the Vikings being the 1975 game when Drew Pearson clearly, did you hear me? Clearly should have been flagged for offensive pass interference.
Memories, they never go.
Exactly. Last playoff meeting was 2009, where the Vikings crushed the Cowboys 34-3 prior to losing in OT in the championship game referred to as Bountygate against the hated New Orleans Saints. This game will go a long way in determining how the rest of the season will go, as after this home game, it's on the road to Baltimore and then LA to face the Chargers. I got the Vikings in a tough battle, coming out on top, 27-24.
This hurts me because I like hanging out with the Scolders, good people. But I think this is going to be a nail-biter, and I believe Dallas is going to just nudge it out 31-30 in your hometown. That's a tough one, brother. That's how I felt the last 2 weeks with you doing that to me.
No,
but I think
you got to go.
I think it's going to be a good game.
We're here to win. And you know what? We're brothers. but I still want to beat you.
I hear you. Same thing. Same thing.
Let's move on to the Week 8 Sunday 4 p.m. matchups. And the first one is the Jacksonville Jaguars visiting your Seattle Seahawks. Take it away, Cap.
Seattle Seahawks gonna hold it down. Lumen Stadium. I was disappointed last night the Space Needle wasn't green. That frustrates me.
How come?
They might be trying to save energy or something.
Was it raining?
But the big Ferris wheel on the pier was green, though. They came through as usual. Right. So Seahawks are gonna get it together. The Jacksonville Jaguars have won one game, none on U.S. soil this year. They got their first win last week in England. They are not coming in our house and knocking over our tables.
They got some confidence right now.
Ketchup on the floor and leaving dirt all over the place and walking out with the door open. Not happening. Defense going to put it on that rookie, and we're going to ball out. I don't care who's under center. If you need me to take some snaps, Pete, I got you. Seattle 31, Jacksonville 3. The 12s will be rocking.
31-3.
Yeah, we ain't afraid of nothing over there. Come on in, Jacksonville. Right. And who's next?
I'm seeing a triple overtime game. I'm just messing with you. I'm not. I'm mad. I got your attention. Give me that captain. Because he always says, "Got my attention on the bridge."
I'm alert.
I got you alerted.
Yes, you did.
I know triple overtime. I knew I'd get a reaction out of you.
The kickers are back in play.
Exactly. So I see Seahawks rebounding against the Jaguars at home, but I think the Jaguars have some confidence. So I think you guys get out of there with a 24-20 victory.
Okay. Well, they got a good young quarterback.
Yeah, all right. Let's move on to the other game predictions. By the way, this might be the time if I have enough gumption in me to do it. Woo!
Ric Flair's in the building, y'all.
All right. Usually during a Viking game, I thought the passion was pretty good there, though. All right, let's move on to Green Bay, Arizona. This is Thursday, 8 p.m. This is my game of the week. Game of the week right here.
Green Bay, Arizona.
But I see Cardinals staying undefeated, 30-24 over Green Bay.
Yeah, this is tough for me, but that is going to be the game of the week. And I'm rolling with Green Bay 31, Arizona 28. Hey, Kyler took some shots last week.
I get it.
He's tough.
There's a pattern setting up here.
There's
a pattern set up here.
Yeah, Green Bay, I think, gets that W. It's going to be a hard-earned fight, though.
It is.
If the Cardinals win, though, you know what? It's on like Donkey Kong.
No, the pattern, I got a pattern. The pattern is that if the Caps team has a chance to gain ground, he picks the other team. It's maybe.
I feel like Green Bay can get this done.
Maybe I'm overthinking it, Cap, but knowing you like I do, I think I got this. All right, Miami at Buffalo, 1 p.m. on Sunday. Bills protect their home turf, 30-20.
Wow, close. I got Bills winning at 30-17 over the Dolphins. The Dolphins let me down this weekend. They probably let their fans down too. It was pretty brutal loss.
And they're waiting for Deshaun Watson, so that trade's gonna happen. You heard it. You heard it here first on episode 12. Tua and about 55 draft picks are gonna go to Houston to get Deshaun Watson, and then he'll be suspended for 6 games.
Oh my!
He'll get the number 1 draft pick, and he'll get a good player to play alongside him.
Not good.
Let's move to Pittsburgh at Cleveland. I'm seeing Cleveland continue to roll along, 28-17.
Yeah, I got Cleveland holding it down, 28-10 at home. Hopefully Baker's healthy enough to play.
Yeah, but Keenum can get it done.
Their next Brown up handled business.
Exactly, and they played with a 3rd-string running back, didn't they? Or no? That was them. Yeah, Dearness Johnson. He had a great game.
Yeah,
I think Mixon's back this week, and not Mixon. I'm sorry, that's Chubb. I think Chubb is back this week.
Okay.
Cincinnati. That's what I was thinking of Mixon, because Cincinnati's up next. Cincinnati at the Jets. I do this almost every week. This is the lock of the week. Whenever you play the Jets, I could get Top Gun. I could get Captain Book. I could get Jay Jones. I could get Seattle Socrates. I could get anybody else we talked about on this. And we get a team together. And we're beating the Jets. I got Cincinnati 34, Jets 16.
Yeah, I got Cincinnati going in, especially after what they did to the Ravens, which was unexpected. They're going to knock the Jets off 28, goose egg, 0.
28-0. Wow. Oh, a shutout.
In their house, too.
Wow.
Which just makes the radio traffic even more exciting.
Wow. All right, let's move on to Tennessee at Indianapolis. Titans are playing really good football right now. Indianapolis a little underrated. I don't think you're stopping this train. I got Tennessee 28, Indianapolis 20.
Yeah, Indianapolis is going to play really hard at home, but this is not your normal football team. Tennessee's going to win on the road 21-20. It'll be a fight, but Derrick Henry's the real deal.
No, he's not. Billy Gold's the real deal. Where are you going with this, Coward? Did somebody spike your cup over there or something?
Man. My cup? I don't even have a cup.
All right.
Man.
Well, then you must have took a wrong turn coming here. All right, Philly at Detroit. Philly travels to Detroit and upends the Lions 31-27.
Ding, 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 ding. This is my upset of the week.
All right.
Detroit's going to hold serve at home. They're going to win 20-10 over Philly. Detroit, they're going to put it together for 4 quarters, and they're going to get a W.
All right. So what I'm seeing here is when in my division, Caps picks the other team to win when the Vikings.
How are you finding all these trends in my picks? Are you doing a psychological evaluation on me?
They're so obvious.
That's funny.
All right.
I'm just okay.
So if this next game, if he picks the team, then I hope he doesn't pick this team. This will solidify my argument. We got
go.
the 49ers at the Bears.
Yeah, I ain't afraid of this one.
All right, 49.
You already know.
49ers win on the road as the Bears' offensive line is simply offensive. I know where you're going.
What we got?
I got San Francisco 23, Chicago 13.
After last week's performance, I got to go with the Bears. 23,
Top Gun, do I got this guy?
23-20.
Do I got this guy? Yeah, Top Gun, come on.
I'm just going off what I see.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
Let me see what you're trying to do. You're trying to deep six us. Now that I look at
come
this.
on. Chicago's been offensive.
All right, let's see what you do with this next one.
All right. All right. I'm walking out of the room. I'm walking out. I'm shutting the podcast down if he picks this one. I got the Rams at Houston.
Let's go.
Rams travel to Houston,
Yes,
and they're going to win big. 31-13.
I got the Houston Texans taking a beat down from the Rams.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not out of my mind.
All right, the
LA
show
28, Houston 21. The show gets to go on, y'all.
Goes on. I was like, ah.
No.
All right, final 1 p.m. game. That was a good laugh.
That was good. That was hilarious.
Carolina at Atlanta. I thought Sam Darnold, not Dan Arnold, but Sam Arnold would play well this year. I guess the Jets really screwed him up.
They have a tendency to do that to people.
I got Atlanta.
Except Broadway Joe. He was the only one that
Yeah, but
him.
I don't think that ownership was there. I don't think there was back then. It was, they weren't involved.
I don't know if Joe remembered, them too much. 'Cause he was doing other stuff.
Exactly. He had his fur coat on and blow drying his hair. And
Yeah.
Anyway, I got Falcons at home, 24, Carolina 14.
Yeah, I got Atlanta winning that game 20-15. I want to shout out Jaden Graham. Hope your recovery's going well, brother.
All right, cool. Let's move on to the 4 p.m. games. The Tayog and his Patriots move on to play. I put San Diego. It's the LA Chargers. And I see the Chargers defeating New England in a closer than expected game. I got Chargers 30, New England 28.
Wow. Yeah, I have the Chargers holding serve at home, winning 28-19.
All right, cool. The Tayog, gotta say,
The guy can coach.
he's not turning my corner, but Brady still got him the championships, but he's still a decent coach to keep him in the game.
He's a darn good coach.
Let's move on to Tampa Bay at the Saints. I see the Bucks. Listen to this carefully. The Bucks march all over the Saints. 31-17.
Oh, man. They're going to have to try to give Kamara the ball every single play. That doesn't work against a team like Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is going to go into the boot. They're going to win 34-20.
34-20.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what's going to happen.
Last 4 p.m. game. And then after this, what did I tell you what I almost did after this? So, last 4 p.m. game, Washington at Denver. These are 2 underrated squads. Tyler Henke, the quarterback for the Washington football team, he's a former Viking. He's found his place. They had a chance to beat Green Bay last week. He should have scored a touchdown. There was nobody near him, and he tried to slide in, and his shin came up short, and then they ended up missing it on 4th down. But both of these teams are pretty good.
They are.
So this will be a good game.
I agree.
I'm seeing Washington 24, Denver 23.
Wow, going on the road. I think Denver's going to hold it down at home. Tight victory, though, 21-17.
21-17. So, a couple weeks ago, when we did our picks, we left the Giants out.
We did.
And I almost did it again this week. I'm counting up the games I'm going.
I think the Giants fans that I know would prefer that we didn't make this pick.
So, Monday night, Giants, the G-Men. The G-Men. Dave, my former boss. Vikings are still available if you want a new team. Anyway, Chiefs have really, really been exposed this year, but they should hold off the Giants. Chiefs 27, Giants 20.
Wow, we're a point off on each score. I love that running back for the Giants. I don't even know who he is. He's not a flashy dude, but that guy plays football. But it's not enough to get it past Kansas City. So I got Kansas City winning 28-21 at home.
What is it, 27-21?
28-21.
28-20. Oh, so we pretty much got the same victory.
Yep, real close.
All right. Let's move on to the Fantasy Football League.
Really quick, though. Can I get the Bam Bam in?
I'm sorry. Do not go with that. I'm sorry. How did we miss that?
No, it's okay.
I thought you were going to do it after I did the Bam Bam earlier. But
no, I think the Solo Cup threw me off a little bit. So much detail. So just real quickly, with 8 minutes and 34 seconds, actually it was 8 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third quarter of the Seattle Seahawks game against the Saints. Alvin Kamara, you got Bam Bam by Quandre Diggs. And there were about 3 or 4 good Bam Bams in there, but that one there was beautiful. I could give Marquise Blair one where he drilled, it might have been Kamara, knocked the ball loose too, and we got the fumble recovery. So we had a turnover, but we didn't get the W. So let us move on.
No. We're not moving on.
Uh-oh.
The Bam Bam Award for your hometown Seattle Seahawks should only be given on a victory.
No. I got to give it to the hardest hit because somebody's always playing hard.
Is it the hardest hit in the NFL? What is this trophy for?
If I don't see a hard enough hit in the Seahawks game, then I'll go outside.
Okay. All right.
And I saw
good stuff.
I saw several good ones, actually.
All right. So let's move on to our Fantasy Football League. Johnny King.
What's up, JK?
Laying it in the background.
Down, baby boy.
So, Kat.
What's popping?
Tell me something about Johnny King's legacy. Who is he related to? Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah, we are allowed to say that. So for the OGs out there, the old school folks.
I'm one of them.
Old grown folks is what OG stands for. There's an amazing vocalist from back in the day named Evelyn Champagne King.
I'm in Love, Shame, Love Come Down.
If you hear those classics and you recognize them, that's her. Yeah. And that's who my man Johnny King is related to. I don't want to go into the specifics of the relation, but that's bloodline family right there.
What I can say is that B. Gold, back in the day, played a lot of Evelyn Champagne King's music. And by the way, in my backyard parties, which you both have been to, we lay out some King music. And now we have something new to add, right? We got something new to add.
Yep, for sure.
All right, let's move on to the fantasy football update. Johnny, thank you so much for that. We can't appreciate it enough.
Absolutely.
Found a nice landing spot for it, and it works very, very well for our podcast. Real Deal has improved to 5-2 after scoring 155 points. This dude is unstoppable.
He's on fire, y'all.
The Week 7 victory. Now sit alone in first place. They have a 99% chance of making the playoffs. Nobody's even close. Okay? In the East Division, Raiders tight end Darren Waller. He was a last-minute scratch, but I was able to pick up and start Arizona tight end Zach Ertz, who contributed 16 points to the win.
Oh, yeah, he was balling.
Cooper Kupp continued his MVP season with a team-high 37 points. And Deebo Samuel, who would start for any other squad in this league, got his first start of the season and chipped in with 21 points. Cap's team, Destiny Travelways,
Struggling.
they were defeated by only 7 points, and they fall to 1-6 and in last place. So, Cap, got to be a shakeup in the organization over there. I mean, you're only 3 games out of a playoff spot.
Yeah, you know what? That's what happens when CeeDee Lamb is on a bye week. So we're going to recover this week. We're going to recover.
All right.
We're good for it.
Let's move on to the Week 8 starters for my team. Quarterback Josh Allen, running back Derrick Henry. Then I have a choice to make between James Robinson or Cordarrelle Patterson, who's been pretty good this year. Stephon Diggs will start. Then again, I have another choice. Calvin Ridley or Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel represented pretty well, and it seems like Atlanta's leaning on Pitts more than Ridley, so might have to give Deebo another shot. Tight end, Darren Waller, the baller, would play every week, but he's questionable this week after sitting out last week, so Zach Ertz might get another start. The flex is the MVP of the year so far, Cooper Kupp. And then defense, currently I have Carolina, but I'm going to search the waiver wire for a better option. My kicker, Daniel Carlson, has a bye week. So again, I'll be searching that waiver wire. I got to find somebody to drop. And it's going to be a tough one because my team is solid. What do you got, Cap?
Good for you. We're on the other side of the spectrum. So I will run right through this lineup, and we got to get this W this week. Quarterback, Jalen Hurts from Philly. Go ahead and let those folks know, bro. Get your work done. Javonte Williams, running back, Denver. Alex Collins, back on the starting line for us. Seattle's playing Jacksonville, as you heard. He should have a good day. A.J. Brown from Tennessee, wide receiver. Go to work, my man. Jalen Waddle, I got you again in the starting lineup. Miami receiver. Will Dissly's holding it down at tight end. Hopefully they'll throw you the ball this week, at least once. CeeDee Lamb back off a bye week. It's going to be a heck of a game against the Vikings.
You had a running back that did very well this week. Williams, did you get him in the lineup? Was it Javonte Williams?
Oh, yeah, I had him. Yeah, he balled out.
You got him? Did you got him back in the lineup?
Yep, he's in there.
All right, good.
And Seahawks defense, of course, ride or die with them. And then Jason Myers is currently on the schedule. There's a possibility he may not be there by the time
wait,
games.
Wait, Mike. Cue up number 13.
Abandon ship.
What happens? What happens? Is that Myers?
Negative, no.
But Myers gets another start?
Right now, he's starting right now, but there's a chance we could change some things up.
What are we going to do?
Abandon ship.
With him?
Yes.
It's hard to say. He might just go on the bench for a couple of weeks and just think about what's going on and try to get his mind right.
All right.
We might have to bench him,
Cap
man.
is such a stickler. He won't cut anybody. I'll cut the whole Viking squad.
No, you will.
I've cut the defense. I've cut the defense 3 times already.
Yeah.
But I keep getting them back. Anyway.
Yep. No, I gotta hold on to my people.
Thanks for tuning in today, Scolders, 12s, all you football fanatics. Please make sure to get the word out on the street to everybody who is missing out on this experience.
It's a hell of a voyage.
And to check out all of our episodes. The Vikings are now rested after their bye week, and they will host the Dallas Cowgirls at the U.S. Bank Stadium.
I know some people that are going to be heated at that comment.
Whatever. For Jerry Jones, come on. If you get a real owner or somebody that's not going to screw your squad up, that's fine. And it's going to be a great game, and they are a really good squad. So I'm really just joking around. But their Week 8 matchup, I thought the Vikings were going to be rested and have an advantage, but the Cowboys are also coming off a bye week, so we're on an even playing field. And that's not always the case when people get by. So, Cap, as you have done from the day we started this podcast, and you will continue to do, bring us home.
All right, my man. Well, thank you. Our Scolders are back in action and ready to brawl under the competitive NFC lights with their rival Dallas Cowboys. The Hawks are desperate to save their face and not let the 1-6 Jacksonville Jaguars come into our house, kick over tables, like I said, make a mess and leave without consequences. It's time to get the needed home win and go into the bye week right. Russell Wilson is currently having his cake made and is hopefully going to be back for the game off the bye week, but until then, it's Geno under center. What will happen Will the Seahawks get the win? Will Commissioner Gordon activate the Hawk signal? Find out next week. Same Hawk time, same Hawks and Kings podcast. Take care, y'all, and go Hawks. Peace.